I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day when you're actually working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can like, subscribe and share, that would be great. And now we're going to look at the last question on paper B of the 2018 Grade 2 practice papers. So this is the last question of the paper that was actually sat in the second exam period of 2018. So turn with me to page 10 and we'll have a look at this. These past papers, even the older years, are an excellent revision resource and really help you to be thoroughly prepared for your exam. So I suggest you have a go of this on your own first of all. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you'll learn by those mistakes. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this, and now we're going to look through this together. All of the questions here will relate back to this little extract here. So let's see what we're going to be asked to find out. We're told that the melody is in the key of E flat major. We can see we have a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats. And we need to name the degree of the scale of the first note of the melody. Now there's a couple of ways we can do that. We can either find an E that is lower, so it would have to be a ledger line, G, F, E, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alternatively, if you want to just double check that you've not gone wrong, what you can do, just step out each degree of your scale. Of course it has flats, but your key signature takes care of that, so we don't need to worry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can see that note D, good boys deserve, is the 7th, so we can double check it that way. There we go. Now we need to give the letter name of the lowest note in the melody. Actually, they very helpfully told us to include the flat sign if necessary. They perhaps don't need to say that, but they've helped us out here. So we need to look at the lowest note. So there's some pretty low notes here, but if we just keep going, we can see that we've got a ledger line. We've gone so low here. We're in bass clef, so we know that the bottom line is G, good boys deserve football, and so on. So G, down a step is F, down again is E, and of course it's E flat because of the key signature. So E flat. Next one, we need to give the time name of the longest rest in the melody, not note, the rest. So what rests have we got? We've got this one here, and we've got this one here. That's a quaver rest, an eighth note rest, which is half a beat. This is a crotchet rest or a quarter note rest, which is a full beat's rest. So that's the longest. And so you could either say crotchet or you could say quarter note. Same thing in different terminology. Usually depends what instrument you play, depending which terminology you use, but either one of those will do. Let's see what we've got going on now in this next section. Is it true or is it false that the music gets faster in bar 7? So let's see what happens in bar 7. So we've got a few things to say here. These are dynamic terms and directions. That's about volume. This is about speed. And this could be short for either ritenuto or ritardando, both of which are to do with slowing down. And you can see the root word retard, retarded. If you retard the engine, you put the brakes on and slow it down. So rit is slowing down. In that case, it's false because it certainly isn't getting faster, it's getting slower. I think we first came across those terms in grade 1. It's a bit of revision there. Now, is it true or is it false that 4/4 means 4 crotchet or quarter note beats in a bar? That is true. And we can see why that's true. This bottom number tells us what type of beat. There's our whole note, which divides into 2 half notes, which divides into 4 quarter notes or crotchets. We can see why that number 4 applies. And the top number tells us how many beats per bar. So 4 crotchet or 4 quarter note beats per bar. That's true. Now this last section, we get 10 marks almost for free. All we've got to do is copy out the music neatly. So make sure your pencil's nice and sharp, and also make sure that you're copying out the correct bit. Here they're asking us from the start of bar 1 to the end of bar 4. That isn't always the case, so just be sure exactly as it's written above. They even give us a checklist. Don't forget the clef, the key signature, the time signature, the tempo marking, dynamics, and all other details. If it makes you feel better, even write the bar numbers, that would be fine. And so it doesn't matter how you go about this, so long as you get absolutely everything there. I tend to align my bar lines with theirs. That way I'm not going to get lost. I can keep everything aligned. Just don't have to be put off and ignore this bottom line we came from the beginning here. Also, I know I'm not going to run out of space. And I'm going to keep everything nice and neat, but I'm not going to get lost either. So I prefer to do this systematically. So we have the clef, the key signature, the time signature, the tempo marking, keeping back to that checklist. Now let's do a bit of revision here. Alla Marcia means in the style of a march. And then we'll look at the other bits as well. We'll use this as a bit of revision as well, looking at all the other bits and bobs. But first job I'm going to do is just get the note heads in place. I prefer to get all the nuts and bolts going, just to make sure everything's nicely spaced out, and then I'll worry about stems and other bits and bobs once I know everything's nicely in place. You can see I'm keeping everything reasonably aligned with theirs, so I'm not going to get lost. And also I'm not going to get lost where I am because I'm not too busy worrying about all the other details. I'm just literally getting the blobs in the right place. Very technical term there. Blobs, I should say note heads. There we go, so that's all the note heads in the correct place. So now I'm going to do stems. As I said before, you can do this in any order you like, just as long as you do absolutely everything. So this is going to be beamed. It begins and ends in the same place, so I'm going to keep that level. It's not going to go diagonal. So does this one. It's just a tiny bit higher, starting on the next note up. There we go. So let's get these stems in place. Use a ruler as much as you need to, just to make sure it's all neat and tidy. I'm just trying to be quick here for you. So that's the note heads in place. So now I'm going to do, I think I'll do the slurring next. So the articulation mark, so we have a slur here, which means legato, smoothly joined together. Then we have some staccato marks, which mean detached. Then we have an accent marking. Good bit of revision going on here. Slur, legato, staccato, detached, same again. Slur, that dot is a timing dot because it comes after, not underneath the note. That means half as long again. So there we go. So now I have my dynamic marking. So MF, mezzo forte, means moderately loud. Mezzo means moderately or middle. F is forte for loud. Then we have a crescendo, gradually getting louder. Then we have a diminuendo, gradually getting quieter. Just extend that a bit. There we go. By all means use a ruler. Let's check, make sure I've got everything there that I need. I think that's it. Don't forget your last bar line, by the way, folks. That's a common mistake. Don't forget your last bar line. So let's just put that so you can see. compare the two. And that's it. That's that question completed. That's also that paper completed. We'll have another look at another paper in another video. If you can give me a like, that would be really great. I hope it's helping you with your studies. Please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.